Hey everyone, so this is my review of the Orville Season 1, Episode 1 called Old Wounds. And essentially what this episode is about is that in the year 2417, Ed Macer is placed as captain of the USS Orville, and his enthusiasm is quickly dampened when he comes to discover that his ex-wife is placed as his first officer. And this was a really amazing first episode that did a really great job at introducing all of these sort of main characters while also sort of having like this really great storyline around the first episode. And that's what I really liked, because it wasn't just like an episode dedicated to introducing each and every single one of the main characters. It had like this really great sort of storyline underneath all of it, which was a storyline around them going to this planet and discovering that this scientific station created this new sort of product that could also be used as a weapon. So then they have to try and take care of managing this new sort of invention and keeping it away from enemy hands. And that was just so much fun to see them doing all that stuff. I was a little worried with when I saw who was writing the show and who was all acting in it. I was worried that a lot of the jokes that were supposed to be a big theme of this show would kind of fall flat or just kind of rely a lot on like bathroom humor. And yes, that is riddled throughout this whole episode, but they did sort of get past that and have some really good jokes in there as well. Like, one of my favorite jokes probably from the episode was a bit of a fourth wall breaking joke, which was one where when they were carrying around one of the scientists with them, and the captain made this sort of comment of, "Oh, go follow Alara," and the scientist was like, "Okay, which one of you is Alara?" And he's like, "That one." And he's like, "Okay, I'm still trying to understand all the different characters in this. There's too many of you," or something like that. And the fact that they made that fourth wall breaking joke, I was just so overjoyed with, because not a lot of shows have the guts to do that, especially in the first episode. So that was really, really fun in my mind, and I enjoyed that they did do that. And I also really enjoyed what they did with these main characters, where they had them all, like, essentially, for the most part, getting along with each other right off the bat. So this first episode wasn't like an episode dedicated to them like learning to trust each other and learning to do all this stuff. They like already understood and were like, "Yeah, I like you," kind of moods towards each other, and I really kind of enjoyed that they did do that. Like, the only major sort of conflict between characters in this was between the captain and the first officer, and they managed to even solve that within this first episode and kind of get them sort of on a well-off footing between each other by the end. So I'm happy that it wasn't like this whole team-building episode. It was just all sort of pretty much established. And actually, unlike with most TV relationships, I'm actually kind of okay with the idea of having a relationship between the captain and the first officer, because they already established from the get-go them having feelings for each other. And they established that it is like a thing, but that they can work without the relationship getting in the way, and that's what I enjoy. That it is, they can go either way of them forming a relationship between the captain and the first officer, or they could go a different way. And that I really enjoy, that there is that ability to move the story in whatever direction they care to, as well as them having the sort of footing and belief that the relationship could be there. So that's kind of why I'm okay with the idea of them eventually going into a relationship if it does happen. And I'm fine with it if it doesn't happen. The only part of this episode that I kind of had a real issue with was how they decided to end this episode, with them revealing how Mercer got his position as captain. And that being because the first officer, his ex-wife, recommended him with high honors and all this stuff. And I would have much rather them sticking to how the storyline was originally set up of how he became captain, which is that the sort of fleet decided to give him a chance and just seeing what he could do and giving him the chance to prove himself as a captain. And yes, that's still in there, but that's not the main point of him having this position. And now with that, there's also this whole stupid kind of storyline in my mind of the first officer having this secret that the captain doesn't know about, and they're probably eventually going to have that secret be revealed and all this drama is going to happen. And I'm just not looking forward to knowing that that's going to happen. Like I said, I would much rather them sticking with the storyline of him proving himself to everyone. And I just, that, like I said, that's still there, but it's not the main thing. And that I'm a little disappointed on. But still, I have to say, overall, I still really, really enjoyed this first episode, and I'm so curious and so excited to see where they're going to take this story. So, yeah, that's my review of The Orville, Season 1, Episode 1, called Old Wounds. So, yeah.